Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Julie, and with the help of my husband Justin, we are full-time resellers. So this is part 3 of our series of how we're going to increase our sales by being consistent, because it really is as simple as that concept, as long as you're willing to put the work in. So we started on June 1st, and the rules of our challenge we clearly wrote down. And here, let me take you to the board and we'll go over the rules so you can see how we're achieving this. All right, quickly, we'll just go over the highlights. Every single day, these are our non-negotiables. We relist items that are 2 months old. So any listing that has been up for 2 months gets relisted. So every day, like today was the 11th. So anything from April 11th got ended. I hit sold similar and got relisted. Every day I photograph. We list a total of 20 items a day. Most of the time, 3 to 5 of the items are Justin's, like weights, and then the rest are mine. Then anything that is able to be cross-listed on Poshmark, I do. I share on Poshmark all day long. We're working on building up our draft bank. We list a minimum of 2 items from the death pile every day. At the end of the day, we reset the eBay room and we plan out our next day. Then these were things that I wanted to work on, such as inventorying Poshmark, inventorying eBay, and then other things that we have to get done on occasion. So today, as I said, was June 11th, which means we have completed 10 full days in June, which pretty much means we're a third of the way done with this challenge and with June. We have hit our goals every day of listing 20 items and doing everything on that list. Also very excited to say that we have inventoried our entire store for eBay and Poshmark. And today I decided to spend the whole day working on our death pile shelf. I'll show you some footage from earlier. So this is today's project. I'm gonna go through everything on this shelf, look it up. If it's worth listing, it'll go in a separate pile to be photographed and listed, possibly even today. And if not, it's getting disposed of to either sold, like in a lot of garage sale items, or just donated. All right, so here, these are 2 baskets. This one has tons of clothes in it. These have odds and ends. And then here is the glasser. This is everything I'm gonna photograph and list. And then this tub, just the clothes on the top, was from that shelf. That tub I had already set aside with stuff in it. But this box, that box, and this stack here of stuff that I'm getting rid of. All right, shelf is empty, excluding that printer. That's like a backup printer for me. I need to move it somewhere else. But everything has been photographed that I'm going to list. There was a few more pieces that I ended up donating because I found flaws when I started to photograph, but look at that empty shelf. It's beautiful. So guys, it's done. The death pile shelf has been cleared. I photographed everything today and I listed everything from it. We have a huge pile of stuff downstairs that we're going to just sell as a whole lot, like on Facebook Marketplace for like a garage sale lot. We've done it in the past and it's sold well, but so exciting to have that done. So I no longer have to pull 2 items from it every day because it's already empty. All right, let's jump into what I'm sure you're excited to see, which is the graph, which shows how our sales are doing. Yes, I made this graph. I'm very excited. Okay, so I just printed it out from eBay, but I blew it up. As you can see, where the arrow is starts June 1st. And you can see how the sales have been up way more than they were on the other side of the graph. June 5th was a horrible day, but otherwise than that, sales have been pretty stellar. You can see this one that's grayed out in the end. That's June 11th today. It's gray because the day is not done yet, and hopefully more sales will come in. But as you can see, we've already had a decent sales day on it. So when I look at the graph, I'm very happy with what I see. So now I went in to eBay and I compared the first 10 days of this June with the first 10 days of last June. And I feel like it's a very good comparison because I've talked about in the other videos, we went on vacation last June, which also made our store not have great sales. But our vacation wasn't until much later in June. So we were still listing and working at this time. So it's a really good, like, straight on comparison. And right now our sales are up 42.3% for the first 10 days of June than they were last year for the first 10 days of June. So it's working. Like, if I have 12 sales that I want to go over that happened in the last, because I showed you some sales from the 1st to the 3rd. So this is from the 4th to the 10th. I just picked some, some of the better ones or ones that I want to explain something about. So put the picture of the item up there. So the first thing are these Italian bookends that were alabaster. I got these free from a neighbor and they were kind of all chipped up around the edges, but they weighed a ton. So I was like, I'm going to Google Lens them. And sure enough, I saw like a pair that had sold for like 50 something. So I listed mine. I can't remember what I listed them for, but they ended up selling for $36.79. As I said, nothing into them. And we made a $27.84 profit. These Solomon shoes, these were featured in the, I went to my house video. I went to my favorite house, and did a bunch of garage sailing, but they were Sonic 3 Confidence, like running shoes. I paid $5 for them. They ended up selling for $50 and we made a $33.74 profit. Snap-on wrenches, Justin talked about a couple videos ago that he bought like a lot of 10 of them at a church sale. It ended up being like $1 a wrench is what he paid for them. So 3 wrenches sold during this time period. The total cost of goods for those wrenches was $3, and we ended up making a $40.78 profit on 3 wrenches. This sale is an amazing one. Salvatore Ferragamo shoes. Justin found these at the bins. I don't even know if I would have looked at them. Like, I don't know if it would have registered like the name on them because I think it was like written on the side. But he brought them home. He cleaned them. He even did most of the listing himself. He just had me check it over before it went live. They sold for $127. We made a $97.82 profit, and the buy cost was $2.78. This batch of little people, I only am including in this because it's just funny. We bought a bag of, sorry, I cut my bangs and now they will not stay out of my eyes. We bought a bag and a house of Calico Critters figures in like the house at a garage sale for $5. And you'll see later on that we sold all of the animals together. And I've actually sold a couple pieces that I kind of stripped the house down and sold off like replacement pieces for it. But in the bag, mixed in with the Calico Critters, were a bunch of this little people stuff that was all vintage. So I listed it, sold for $15.99, and we made a $12.11 profit on something like I didn't even intentionally buy. All right, this Paul and Shark yachting polo shirt, brand new with tags. We picked this up at a Goodwill in West Virginia when we were on our anniversary trip. We paid up for it. It was $5.99, but it sold for $60 and we made a $44.78 profit. So that's definitely a brand I had never heard of, but I will keep an eye out for. All right, this Jaylee, I don't know if I'm saying it right, duster was just gorgeous. Oh, the boho fairy cornice of this was just breathtaking. I found it at the bins. It only cost $1.05 because it was very like a thin, lightweight cotton material. It sold very quickly for $44.99 and we made a $36.94 profit. Okay, I think we should bring Justin in to discuss his all-clad gold pan that you saw in the last video. Let me see if we can get him to come on camera.
So if you watched the last video, you saw that we picked up a gold all-clad pan at the Salvation Army, and we paid up for it. It was it cost $32.09 with tax, and it sold for $169.99 and made a profit of $102.80.
The Calico Critters I talked about, it was a bag of them. There was 25 figures in it. Some of them were marked like 1985, like they had stickers on the bottom of their feet, so they were like vintage ones. But I sold the whole lot for $64. As I said, the buy cost on absolutely everything was $5. So even if I take the whole buy cost just out on this, even though I have other things to sell, we made a $45.42 profit. This Ralph Lauren wool, like blazer, like structured, almost kind of like a sweater blazer. We've sold a couple of these in the past. They just do really well. So this one was black and it had metallic gold trim on it. I listed it for $34.99 purely because it's kind of off season. We had $1.70 into it from the bins, and it sold within a day for a profit of $25.95. All right, this vintage Stardust Diner. I showed this bowling shirt many videos ago. I went to list and realized it had some spots in it. It went to the laundry room, then it needed steamed. Then it just kept getting looked over and not listed. So finally I listed it, and it sold so quickly. Someone sent me an offer, so it ended up selling for $29.74. We had 62 cents into it. We made a $22.37 profit. And the last item I want to talk about, I have no earthly idea how to pronounce it. Alembica? I don't know. Alembica? Sure. You guys can tell me in the comments below. It's a brand from Israel, and it is like a lag and look style dress. I picked it up on 99-cent day, the same day that we got the all-clad pan, but I actually paid 99 cents for this item. It was in the plus size section. The size on it was a 3. And because it is an oversized lag and look dress, I thought it was a 3X. I Googled the brand quickly while we're at Salvation Army, and I see like ones that are listed for decent prices, like 50 bucks and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, 99 cents, I'll take a chance on it. It wasn't until I got it home and did the research that I realized they have their own sizing. So it actually is a 10-12 in US women's size, but it's made to be oversized. So I ended up listing it for high, and it sold for $80.99 very quickly, and we only paid 99 cents for it, and we made a $67.76 profit. So anytime we can buy something for 99 cents that brings in that much money is an excellent day. So for more into the numbers, we have sold 20 items on Poshmark and 115 items on eBay. I do want to ask, beg, plead, if you're not subscribed and you enjoy watching our videos, could you hit the subscribe button? If you watch a video and you like it, give it a thumbs up. And the best thing you can really do also that helps is comment. I mean, you can just comment, great video. You don't have to get deep into it. Just all of those things help. The last few videos have done horrible. To be honest with you, I was really like, should I even be wasting my time doing this? But then I get messages from you guys and you tell me how I've helped you. And so I'm like, I want to keep doing it. I also wanted to give a hi to Barb. I ran into her at the bins. She was only the second person I've ever run into that said, hey, I watch your channel. Justin's got lots of people, but I haven't. I also saw Kathy, I never talked about it, probably like a month ago at a church sale, and she said she watched our videos too. If you guys ever see me out somewhere, do not, oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. Do not hesitate to come over and say hi to me. I might look like a deer in the headlights and I might look awkward, but that's me. I have anxiety and I'm an introvert, but I absolutely love, getting to meet you guys. It's obviously it's fun. It's so weird to think, that people are watching me, but that's the whole point of this. That's why I'm asking you to subscribe and like, so that I can see that people actually do watch me. So, yeah, so if you happen to be here and you haven't done those things, if you could do that, I would so appreciate it. All right, and before we end the video, I just kind of wanted to do a recap, see how we're both feeling about the challenge. I personally am a little tired, I guess, but I'm pushing myself. I mean, we have been working 7 days a week. We didn't list last Friday live, shall we say. We had banked enough so that when we went to the bins last Friday, we put like our banked listings up. So we got a little break, but we still spent like 6 hours at the bins. And, you know, you're still sending offers. Oh, yeah, we still have to pack all our orders that day and everything. So it's not really that big of a break. But it was nice to not have to list when we came home from the bins. Justin's being blinded by the sun. If you didn't notice, it's that time of day. The sun's starting to set. I assume you're still feeling decent about the challenge?
Well, yeah.
Because you list 3 items a day.
It's been pretty nonstop.
Yes.
But the weights have consistently been selling with the listing, so I don't know if it's just a fluke or if that it really is helping, because we've been selling probably at least 3 a day of the weights, and I list 3 a day, so.
And I don't mean to discredit his only listing 3 a day. We want to spread the weights out. Like, he could go do a weights buy and put like 20 weight listings up a day, but I feel like we both feel like it's better for the weights, like if we feed them in every day, like, because it makes old ones sell. People just look over your inventory and stuff. And he also goes sourcing on his own. He's the one that goes to the post office. He does all the cooking pretty much too. He just made me some delicious homemade biscuits because I have a slightly upset tummy. So I don't mean to discredit what he does. It's just that, yes, it really for you is not much different than before the challenge. The fact, well, though you're having to give me more support because I'm working so much, you know, where you've had to pick up on other stuff in our life to make up for the fact that I'm working a lot. So, but I am highly motivated because of the increased sales that we're seeing. I mean, let's look at this chart one more time, guys. It's beautiful. Look at those increased numbers. It was really interesting to see it all laid out like this. Like, I've been taking screenshots, and I took a screenshot from like the first day of the challenge and then a screenshot from today and kind of combined them together and blew them up and printed them out. And so, but when I see it like this, it's like really obvious. And our eBay payout today was like $800 or more than what, you know, it's been for the last few weeks. So that was exciting because we do weekly payouts. So things are on the up and up. We're just going to keep chugging along. I mean, we're both aware that at any time the sales could, you know, totally slow. You saw June 5th. That was a hideous day. And I was whining. Oh my gosh, was I whining. It was like, I'm killing myself every day. Well, actually, that was the same day our last video came out, or right around there. And it had a really bad performance on the video, and eBay was so slow. And let me tell you, I'm not fun to live with when that happens. Lots and lots of whining, sometimes tears. So let's hope this video does well, and let's hope our eBay sales continue. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
Bye.